Welcome, friends, to Cuentame USA with Moncho Camaño. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Andy Alderson. I'm fucking
Yeah.
up already. Alderson, vocalist of the metalcore, I don't know, deathcore. I don't know what to. Uh, the band is called Foreword, and they're from San Antonio or surrounding areas in Texas. Uh, so we got Mr. Andy here online. What do you know? The main guy. I don't know if it's the main guy, but one of the main guys.
All of the guys are main guys. You
Okay.
know, depends on the day of the week.
Depends on
Who's
the
talking
day.
to who?
So I'm very happy that he's here. They just released their latest work. It's an EP with 6 songs, and it's called Exposition. It just was released 2 days ago,
Correct. Yes.
and I just listened today, this morning, because I heard a couple the singles they put out, but this morning I said let me go to Deezer and listen to the whole album, the EP, and it's I could say it's a big jump musically from what I heard from the previous album, Anthologies. Yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
that was the latest full album released in 2025. Nothing wrong with the other one, but I really enjoyed this one, mostly because it's the latest one. But I really enjoyed it. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about other things, uh, and hopefully it will be all right, man. Hmm.
No, I think it'll be great, Jose. I appreciate the time.
So tell me about the just the EP. One question regarding, was this always supposed to be an EP, or you were thinking maybe it was gonna be an album, or did this
It's
come out?
funny. I think retrospectively, looking back at it, now that we did 6 songs, I mean, I think we could have probably eked out a couple more to make it an album if we wanted to.
Hmm.
But no, a part of our contract with our label is we were gonna do 2 albums and an EP. An
Hmm.
EP just kind of made sense after just doing the album. It was a really short turnover and
Hmm.
everything. But no, yeah, there was a consideration as we were doing it because we have even more songs kind of just like in the chamber.
Right.
So we were thinking about doing it, but we were like, nah, let's
Let's keep.
keep it simple. It's like, just do the EP and
Hmm.
then we know we're ready to start on the next album whenever we're ready to start the next album.
Hmm. And you're signed to Seek and Strike. Is that
Correct.
correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. That's where I found your videos. There, Seek and Strike.
Shout out to George and Randy.
Great videos, I could say. Um, so I always go back to the early times when he was a young little kid. I don't know. Not he still looked like a little kid, but if we go back a couple of years ago, eh, before the band was formed, I got the feeling you were around for a while. Were you playing in high school in any bands?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah. The first band I ever was in, I think I was like 16 years old.
Hmm.
Yeah. I've been screaming in bands since I was like 16. I was in a band called The World Among Us really early on.
Hmm.
And then we kind of shuttered out. Things didn't go well. That
Hmm.
that band actually ended up becoming Forward,
Hmm.
which those members, once we Forward, actually left, and it was pretty much just me uh, and our new bandmates, and so that's where we kind of carried it on. But yeah, no, I've been playing in bands since I was in high school.
Mm. Were you always singing the same way you do now, like gutturals or screaming, or that was all your style?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I've yeah, yeah, I've always believed that there's going to be a shift towards opening up towards screaming in the more mainstream
Mm.
genres.
Mm.
And so early on, I remember, a lot of like my contemporaries, you start with just finding a band you like and you
Hmm.
just scream like them. For me, it was like Ask Alexandria back in the day.
Hmm.
Um, and I kind of like, I would say I scream differently now than I did before,
Hmm.
but I would say that's more of a maturity thing than anything, rather than, like changing styles, because I've
Okay.
always really believed that there will become a time where you'll hear screaming on the radio, you
Hmm.
know, which is why, like, for me, I've really tried to emphasize and hone that enunciation element of it,
Hmm.
like being able to like scream but be understood, and actually like
Yeah.
have the good vernacular, so
Yeah.
that way people understand your lyrics, and you also get the emotion from the screaming, because that's really what screaming is, just like
Yeah.
singing is. It's just emotion,
Yeah.
just a different
Like,
kind. Yeah.
yeah. For me, like a Spanish speaking individual, for me, it's, I mean, when you hear you sing, it's hard for me to understand. I will have to go in the lyrics and find out. But
Go
the
to go.
emotion is the first thing for me, you know?
Oh
That's
yeah,
for
the Spanish speaker, that, yeah.
That's for any the other bands, maybe a German band or a Polish or whatever for Norway. The first thing I just listen is the way they sing and their music, but the lyrics maybe is the last thing I check, and it's something important for me to find out what they're talking about. So
Yeah, yeah, no, I appreciate that. I do.
yeah,
A lot of people, I think, a lot of screamers, I think, or even like just listeners write off what like the lyrics are. But for me, I mean, like that's a massive component.
right,
So for somebody who writes the lyrics and screams, I want people to understand what I'm saying. I want people to get the message, or, derive their own message from it, because, there's a lot of time and passion that I think goes into that just as much as the
yeah,
vocals.
yeah. You spend a lot of time with your lyrics and writing, making sure that you're doing, the proper way. I don't know. It's like many bands, they don't really care much about, I think, about their lyrics. They just, it's part of their music. It's like an instrument for them, but it is sometimes their lyrics mean a lot.
It's all encompassing for me. I
Yeah,
feel like every element of a band is important.
yeah. So, well, you are five members, quintet. We got Chris. I don't know, Chris. The secret is it secret? Something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
So
nickname? A
Chris
secret?
Secret, yeah,
Secret guitarist.
yes, guitar singer.
And then we got Manny G. He's the bass of this.
Hmm.
Then we got Marco Gomez.
Yes,
Marco
Gomez,
Gomez, guitar.
Gomez.
The guitar.
Yes,
And then we got Ricardo Richie Castellon. I don't know if you
yes. Ricardo
Castellon.
Castellon is his father.
Uh,
He likes to be with Richie Castellon.
Richie on
And then
drums.
yeah, we have Chris Secret, and then we have Manny G, Manny Gonzalez,
Yeah,
Gonzalez,
Gonzalez. Gomez, Marco
and then
Gomez.
Marco Gomez. Oh
Yeah, yeah, they look Spanish to me.
yeah, they're very Castilian.
Spanish
I mean,
roots.
they're very norteño, for Mexican, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
But it's not influencing your music, it seems like. The norteño music or,
Yeah, no, I would say that I on the guitar leads, I have been
mm,
pushing Marco to have more of that kind of like
mm,
like that kind of like almost like Latin flair to it. But I
mm,
mean, for us, like, I don't know, we're really like on a genre right now, or at least play music
mm.
that I think is really unique to us.
Yes.
And I think a lot of my guys, I mean, all of my guys that I play with, all of their parents musicians,
Mm.
and I think a lot of them are really trying to carve out their own, you know, uh,
Their own
part of
path.
music
Yeah.
that, they're, maybe not what their parents, played or what they learned growing up. Because again, like I said, Richie's father is Ricardo Castellon, is very famous Tejano singer here in
Mm.
Texas.
Mm.
And Richie, I know he wants to make his own mark, similar to his dad, but in his own way.
Why? Hmm. Talking
So
about
yeah.
family, were there any family members who play any instruments in your?
In my family,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, my brother played bass and guitar and drums. My
Mm.
dad plays guitar. But
Oh.
what's funny is I really never really thought about them having a musical impact on me. Funny
Mm.
enough, though, they do, now that I look back at it, have a massive impact on the way in which I have developed my musical taste. For example, my dad is a big folk singer
Oh.
kind of guy. He's a big Bob Dylan fan. I love
Ooh.
Bob Dylan.
I'm a big Buck Dylan fan, let me tell you.
The lyrics Bob Dylan writes so good. I mean, he's a douchebag. I'm not gonna write that off. Let's admit it. He's kind of a dick.
Yeah, yeah, you're
But
right. You're right.
but God,
Yeah.
his lyrics are so good. It's like
Oh
telling a
man.
story within a story. And so like Marty Robbins, Bob Dylan,
Yeah, yeah.
um, Emmylou Harris.
Yes,
Those are
yes.
all people that like I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
And then my brother actually on like funny enough actually got me into metal. You
Mm.
know, I was really into like EDM when I was like in middle school.
Okay.
Like all the synth stuff that you hear in our
Yeah,
music,
yeah, yeah.
that's typically from like my influence. And I always wanted to be in a band, but I don't have a great singing voice, as you can
Mm.
tell.
No,
But
come on. Come on.
yeah, I don't have a great, but
What
I
about playing instruments? Were you playing any instruments?
Marco's
Guitar?
trying really hard to teach me how to play a chord progression.
Okay.
I try really hard not to call myself a musician, even though everyone says I should,
Hmm.
because I it's an enigma for me, playing an instrument. I think I overthink things a little too much, which is why vocals kind of works well for me because there's a lot to think about with
Hmm.
regards to like lyrics, the vocals themselves, the musical
Yeah.
aspect of it, the non-musical aspect of it. But
So
no,
we can say you're a singer, songwriter. Let's keep it like that.
yeah, I do lyrics and I
Yeah.
scream at people. I yell at people for a
Yep.
living.
Is there your family relationship that you had, your family, has anything to do with the lyrics at all, or is totally separate from that?
It's funny you asked that actually. I did actually write a song about my family
Mm.
recently called Shepherd to the Black Sheep.
Oh, okay.
That's off the EP.
Yeah. Hmm.
My father, um, so I'm originally adopted,
Okay.
and my father's a big inspiration for me. You know, he's like self-made, he was in the military,
Hmm.
he's a really like well accomplished individual, a good Christian, if you know there ever was one.
Okay.
And I look up to him a lot, and so the whole idea of that song was like I'm a black sheep of the family. You know, I'm out of you look at the family photos, you know
Yeah.
who the black sheep is because I'm the one that's in the black while everyone else is wearing colors. And I'm wearing skinny jeans, I got long hair and stuff. So I
Well,
wrote a song,
it was like a
yeah, about that.
rebellious way of showing your personality. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But they never really, slighted my need to be an individual. And I just had a really big inspiration for that song about like what is it like to be someone who adopted a black sheep, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so that song Shepherd to a Black Sheep is all about, what is like the way in which I imagine, or at least my perspective from my dad is like, you know, um, my mother couldn't have kids. My dad agreed to adopt children,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get me. You end up with me. So
Wow.
the whole song is about that, and it's funny you mention that because that is a really like that's a um I think that's a composition that we haven't really like looked at before. We write a lot of similar songs that
Yeah.
like similar messaging,
Yeah.
but that song itself is really special to me because like, it's about my dad and I'm happy to say that.
Like I read, many for your what I found on the internet. They were you talking about internal conflicts. There's always an internal conflict there.
Oh yeah, that's a big theme amongst our lyrics.
Yeah. Well, I listen. That's the first song from the EP, I think. At least that's what it shows up.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
very
Shepherd like sheep is the
starts
first.
very like thunderous and heavy pounding drums, and then becomes melodic, and then it goes back to the pounding, and it's punishing riffs. It's a great
That's a
song.
great description of it. Honestly, that's our favorite. It's like ba 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 ba. Oh, da, 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 oh, ba, 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 ba.
So you
It's
breathe for like
perfect.
5 seconds, and then you go back.
Yeah, it's a perfect formula. We love playing to that, you know,
Yeah.
those like moments of tension break, right? Where out of nowhere it's like, and then it comes back in, you know?
Yeah. Well, I like that's what I like about the band because there are a lot of bands that they may sound similar, but it's something different in your sound. So that I like a lot. And that singer Andy, he's a good guy. It seems like I don't know.
Yeah, no, no,
It
Chris,
seems like
Chris does it.
he's not white. He's not black sheep to me. He looks like a white.
We're if anything, I think that song relates to everybody in the band because we're all black sheep to some extent, you know, like
Yeah.
I've been to family barbecues, I've been to, special events with all my bandmates, and yeah, you know who's in the band when you look at us, because you'll have a bunch of people with big belt buckles, cowboy hat on one side, and then out of nowhere you just see like the three of us or five of us or
It's
whoever's
like,
there, all
yeah.
in black.
Oh man,
There's a black sheep in all of
that
us.
sounds good. That's good to me. Tell me, the band started in 2017, but that's what I read. I'm not sure. But
I
then
think
there was
it's
it broke. It became like a little disruptive, I guess. There were like troubled
yeah.
times, we could say.
Yeah, I mean, we've decided we won't beat around the bush about it. So we started in 2016, I
16.
think.
Okay.
But we broke up about 6 months in. Things were moving really fast for us back in
Hmm.
2016. We were getting
Hmm.
really good shows. We were talking to other labels, and things were like moving really fast.
Hmm.
And I think like my anxiety about it and like my stress about it really kind of made it hard on the rest of the guys to the
Hmm.
point where we all just kind of were like burnt out
Hmm.
6 months in.
So you felt like you weren't prepared to keep going for some
We were
reason?
young and dumb. I'll just put
Hmm.
it that way. We were young and dumb. A lot of ego, I think, got in the way. Uh,
Hmm.
but what's funny is, I ended up going to school for a while, and the guys did other projects or did work or this or that, and
Hmm.
eventually, you kind of just get pulled back into it, and you're like, man, I just like it's an addiction.
Hmm.
I need that taste. I need that feeling again.
Hmm. So you
And
always kept in touch between the all of you, or how was
yeah,
it?
yeah. Well, there was a rough period for about a
Hmm.
year or two
Hmm.
where some of us weren't exactly happy with each other. But yeah, no, I mean we're all friends. We've all known each other since high school,
Hmm.
which I think is a massive blessing in comparison to a lot of other bands. Like a lot of other bands, I get to say I play in a band with my best friends.
Hmm.
You know, I don't think a lot of bands get to do that. I mean, for example, Marco, our lead guitarist, I've
Yeah.
known him since I was in sixth grade. So I've
Okay.
known him since I was 11 and I'm 31. So I've known him for 20 years.
Wow.
And so for me, I feel like that's just something really special because, yeah, even though we had our hardships, I mean, friendships like that, they last,
Yeah.
forever.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, they are all established musicians. They know what they're doing. They're not like
I'm a lucky person as a vocalist to have the talent that I get to work with my bandmates
Yeah.
is honestly just really, really, really rare. And I feel really lucky I get to have the guys I have in my band because not only are they great musicians, but they also put up with me.
Hmm. I don't know. From from here, you look like okay, not too many. I will have not too many discrepancy with you of fighting each other.
Oh,
We probably got a lot of
you should
things
see
in
us
common.
recording.
Like a lot of things in common. I think we have.
I'm very picky with what we do, so I can be a
Well,
little bit neurotic.
yeah. Okay. Well, slap you around a couple times and you'll be okay.
That's what I need.
Yeah. No, tell me about your lyricist. You are you the main lyricist, or we can say that it's half and half between you and Chris? Or how?
Uh, I would say on our album anthologies, there was a lot more Chris.
Hmm.
On this EP, I wrote everything.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, yeah. This was kind of my pet project, I would say. Yeah, lyrically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm. How easy is for you to write a song or lyrics? Is it easy
How
sometimes, or
easy? I mean,
yeah?
it really depends on the song. I mean, there are some songs that write themselves. I mean, we needed lyrics for Hunger Sickness. I had sat on a chorus for like years for that.
Hmm.
And the day we tracked it, I sat in the car outside just writing all the lyrics, and I just did it in a day.
Well.
Next to that, I mean, you take a song like, um, you know, I would say like Intimate Torment or
Oh, that okay. That's
Self-Immolate. Those songs were songs I really like just worked and worked on. Or the one that took the longest was actually Am I Dreaming Wide Awake?
hmm.
Um, I was going through a bit of an episode and I it literally we went to the studio expecting me to track it and I just was like, I'm not ready. Like I just
Hmm.
don't think I have it yet.
Hmm.
And so we had to push back the EP a whole extra month just because I didn't think the
Wasn't.
lyrics were ready yet.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah. So I mean,
Some of the songs are very intense. I guess that self-immolate. That's the very intense.
yeah, that one was an intense song. I wrote that one first, actually.
Hmm. And I like the choruses on that hunger sickness. Those beautiful choruses there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, those
it's funny. I on Hunger Sickness, um, I wrote that chorus about 10 years ago.
really. Hmm.
Yeah, I wrote uh I cannot resist myself. I am clouded deep in sin.
Hmm.
Daily vices motivate me, suppress my hunger and make me sick.
Hmm.
But for years I like was gonna try to use it, but I just could not find the song it worked with,
Hmm.
you know?
Hmm.
And then, when we were doing these instrumentals, like, this is it. This is finally like a song I can do it. And I'm really happy with those lyrics. Those lyrics came from like a really special place for me,
Hmm.
somewhere really deep. And I did it all in a day, basically, with the exception of the chorus.
Hmm.
Um, and
So
I'm really,
when you write some of these lyrics, do you have like a specific idea that what you want to talk about, or is like just start and then it just keeps growing?
it depends. I mean, on the album, I think there were a lot more times where I had like a concept I wanted to talk about.
Hmm.
But I had a bit of a crisis moment after the album,
Hmm.
and Chris, our singer, he told me, he was like, "Why don't you just write about yourself? Like
Right.
people find that like more relatable when you write about yourself." And I never really believed that. Because I thought it like, I don't know, I had this weird ego thing where I thought it was like selfish to write about yourself. But after that crisis moment I had, I was like, okay, I got a lot to say. Um, and in those instances, I didn't really have a concept as much as like
Just you just want to be honest with your what you write.
just lines just can't, like, I
Yeah.
would be just walking and out of nowhere I would just be like, you
Hmm.
know, like self-immolate was one of those where it's just like, I know what am I feeling like right now? And I was like, I feel like I'm setting myself on fire and it's hurting other people.
Hmm.
And so I'm like, all right, well, that's a song, you
Hmm.
know, like me thinking about like what my dad has had to put up with and like, all the bullshit that I've caused in my life. Sorry, I don't know if I can swear.
Yeah, you
Uh,
can. Yeah,
okay, thank God.
sure. Go ahead. You can say what the hell you whatever you want. That's fine.
No, so like all the bullshit that like I've like
Yeah.
caused in my life, being like the son of an adopted,
Hmm.
you know, kid is like, I mean, that's a song. And then like, for example, like Intimate Torment is like, I had an ex-girlfriend who just like I just could not stop thinking about the fact that every weekend she was probably with some dude. Dude,
Yeah.
honestly, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, that's a fucking song.
Yeah. So you were like, think I fucked up for some reason. Like, why is she there? No, here. I don't
No,
know.
because no, I mean, a lot of our self-reflection, a lot of bands, I think, do that thing where they're like, I'm a victim.
Yeah.
Like, no, I caused a lot of my own problems.
Hmm.
And a lot of our messaging and a lot of our songs, and you'd hear this from anyone else in the band,
Hmm.
it's self-reflection and sometimes it borders on self-hatred. And I know that's not like something I want to promote, but there are times where, yeah, I don't like myself.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Uh,
you're not different from anybody else.
exactly. I mean, there's a lot of times we just don't like ourselves, and like, I don't know, like that's just something I wanted to write about in this EP is just like,
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't like that I hurt people when I'm trying to do like save them from myself. I don't like that I think about, somebody I love being touched by another person. I
Hmm.
don't like the idea. I think about my father
Right.
who gave up having like biological kids to adopt me.
Hmm.
Um, I don't like the idea that like I have daily vices that motivate me, you
Yeah.
know? Um, so I don't know. This EP was special. It really just kind of came from me. There wasn't a whole lot of conceptualness that needed to happen.
Yeah.
As soon as my bandmate said, why don't you just write about yourself? You'll find
Right.
it more relatable. It just kind of just clicked. It was like, okay, well,
Hmm. And
okay.
you did.
And it did, yeah. And I hope people really find some resonance in it because I was always worried that um in writing about myself, it would, alienate people from how they feel about songs. But I
No.
really hope that like maybe somebody finds some solace and
There's a lot of people that will do that when they
yeah,
hear your lyrics. You're not the only one. You're not unique.
I agree.
Andy, it's like you. There's probably millions that you think
No,
you're so special because you think you're different than everybody else. You're
well, and
not.
there's even a song about that. It's called Read
Yeah.
Between the Lines, where it's all
Okay.
about ego. It's this idea that
Yeah.
like, you think you're special, but like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Like we all do this shit, you know?
Yeah. We just have different masks or different outfits,
Well,
but it's
exactly. Well, and
yeah.
like, yeah, there's like there's a line in that song and it's talking about me basically, and it's like anything for your precious ego,
Mm.
it's like all about preserving this sense of like individual identity and
Right.
that you're special and that like you're unique, but in reality, like, dude, like you're just a part of everything like the rest of us.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have I guess like taxes to pay to society, like
Yeah.
you owe things to the people around you that,
Yeah.
they owe you and this and that.
Yeah. You're not. I mean, you're special, but that's what I'm thinking about myself. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not that special. I'm like, you know, maybe in my own head, I think I'm special, but I'm not.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
it's it's ego death. It's that
Yeah.
idea of like separating yourself from the fact that like I can only appreciate my own ego because I
Yeah.
can only see through my own eyes. However, I know that there's a world around me, and
Yeah.
therefore, if I do that, other people must as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna talk just 1 second, mention the cover of this EP with that man and that type like a labyrinth on top of his head. It's like, is that a reflection of your you? Is that you? No, it's not. Somehow to
Ah,
explode that
I mean, the guy in the picture is a bit more buff than I am,
uh,
but metaphorically,
right.
yeah, no, I we originally were gonna hire an artist. I ended up making that cover myself, though.
Really? That's
Yeah, I did.
amazing.
I did the artwork myself for that one.
Ooh,
Um, and we
surprising.
were just brainstorming, and like I have some issues, as we all do.
Hmm.
And the way in which I describe it to people is like there's just like so much going on all the time that
Hmm.
sometimes I just kind of get lost in my
Yeah.
head. Um, and so the idea just kind of came about. It's like, what about like if your head was like a maze, like, and like you just don't know how to get out? And
Yeah.
then with the galaxy and stuff, I kind of just thought about like you're taking in all of this beauty, this color, and this, all this stuff, but you're like stone white. Like, you're just
Hmm.
like something that lacks color, something that lacks, but there's color in you, right? So like you see that there's like cracks and there's
Yeah.
like bits of color coming out and everything. But the problem is you're so caught up in your own mind that like you're not able to experience like this whole wonderful, beautiful, colorful,
Right.
universe around us because you're stuck in that headspace. However, that cracks, and so that's why like there's cracks all over him, and it's like because you get to a breaking point. I think when you're too far into your head,
Right.
you either go so far deep you never come out,
Hmm.
or you just completely shatter.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of the idea for the album artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's caught my attention a lot. It's like, I don't know. It feels like maybe you are like in a room with 25 doors to open. You don't know which one to open, or even afraid of opening one door and see what's on the other side, and just keep yourself inside and you don't
Yeah,
do
you just
anything. I don't
walking
know.
in. I love that. That's a great analogy.
Yeah. I don't know. Tell me about the band itself. Is it a democratic band? Everybody has an input, or at least three of them, four, all of them,
Yes
or
and no. I mean, when we got back together, one of the things we talked about was we originally started in 2016 with a very democratic model. It was very egalitarian.
okay.
Everyone had equal say,
Hmm.
but you could get outvoted. But we realized that actually became a problem with the band because it created politics within the band.
Okay.
Because now you're competing for everyone's vote. And so you would make a deal here, you would make a deal there. And so maybe like you didn't care about this one vote, but you cared about a different vote. And so then you would be like, oh, I'll trade you that vote for this vote, kind of thing. So when the band came back together, I was basically elected leader. And the Bucks, like the Bucks ends with me, right?
Okay.
However, as a part of that arrangement, I have made it a point where it's like, but if one member says no, we're not doing it.
Hmm.
So rather than being like completely democratic, it's almost like anti-democratic, where
Right.
it's like it's not about voting strength. It's about just we're doing this unless someone says no.
Hmm.
Yeah. If someone doesn't want to do something, that's it. There's no question about it. We're not doing it. We will find a we
Hmm.
have found it's been a much more amicable way of running it
Okay.
because nobody feels like they compromise because we realize that feeling of compromise actually is what killed us in the first place.
Okay.
And so yeah, now it's just simply all right, what do you guys think? Yes, 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 yes.
Hmm.
No. All right, well then we got to rethink it.
Okay.
So
Well, it's not. It's the same person always saying no. That it's okay. There's
Yeah.
always one that says no, and everybody else says say yes, and always the same one says no. Then there's something wrong.
Yeah, well, exactly. And I think that's kind of the point is nobody says no for the sake of saying no,
Hmm.
because it's a powerful thing.
Right.
Whereas when we were doing a much more egalitarian system of it,
Hmm.
people could have opinions that they didn't actually care about that much.
Right.
They could be like, no, I just don't like it. Or
Hmm.
it would, the point being though, is they would get outvoted and
Right.
then they could feel like they didn't
Left
have
out.
their voice heard,
Right.
you know? Whereas, like, I would much rather go through the tumultuousness of figuring out a solution to a
Hmm.
problem that somebody has
Okay.
than to deal with the aftermath of that resentment that builds up over time,
Hmm.
because they felt like they weren't heard.
Right.
And plus, I mean, I think the guys a lot of times they like that they don't have to make as many decisions as I have to make all the time.
Right.
There is a blissfulness I think for some of them, but um, yeah, I would say it's egalitarian, but not in the way you would think of it.
Okay. Hmm. Is is it hard for you to guys to come up with new ideas, like not trying to replicate any other band concepts and I don't know interpretations and
I gotta be honest.
trying to be different? I mean, it's not that
Well,
hard.
I gotta be. It's just I don't want to sound any sort of way, but we had a really easy time just doing what we wanted to do this time. I
Hmm.
mean, it's funny because we don't really use bands as references anymore. We
Hmm.
typically have ideas, but the problem is if like let's say like I have an idea but I don't know how to do it, I
Mm-hmm.
have to find something to reference
Okay.
or I have to mouth it out.
Hmm.
Uh, but no, I don't think it's hard for us. I mean,
Hmm.
if you think we sound different, that's
Yes.
cool because I want to sound different. uh, we've always just kind of had an idea of what we wanted to be. And I've had an idea of like where I wanted us to go.
Hmm.
Um, which I think this EP is a really strong indicator of what that's going to be,
Hmm.
especially for like the next album is like it's just it's just a different kind of like core sound that I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people haven't really done yet. And there's a lot of bands that are doing similar stuff.
Right.
Um, but no, I don't think it's that. I don't want to say not difficult. It is difficult because a lot of the times we're writing stuff we don't know what we're going to end up with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but conceptually, no, I think we do an okay job
Yeah.
of being inspired.
Hmm.
Because a lot of the times we get inspired by other genres. I mean, I write all my lyrics like as if I was Bob Dylan, you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm.
I like double entendres. I love a story within a story,
Okay.
you know?
That sounds good. Hmm. So, is there like a specific artist that you or albums that you go back in, like that you I don't know revisit and say, let me listen to this album. It's been a while, and maybe I can pick something from them. I don't mean like lyrically, or maybe just a feeling of, I don't know.
I think, honest to God, probably one of the best, if not the best, metalcore albums that's ever been released is Sempiternal by Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, okay. More.
I think that album, had they stuck with that sound and kept
Mm-hmm.
going, that would have just skyrocketed like screaming into a
Mm.
more mainstream audience. Um, and yeah, we even to this day we'll still go back to that because there's something about that album and the songs on that where
Mm.
it feels like we always try to write songs. It's like it feels like the song existed before we wrote it. you know? And I feel like that album really does that well, especially with the heaviness, because
Mm.
we like a balance between the heavy and the not heavy.
Yes, that's
And I
right.
feel like that album does it so well, and it's so seamless in how they do it.
Mm. It's a good. I listened to that one long time ago.
Yeah, I think that released in
Yeah,
2011.
yeah, long
It's
time
been,
ago.
but it still holds up. I mean, you just don't hear stuff like that. You get bands like Sleep Token or Bad Omens that are kind of like get close to it,
Yeah.
but even they start to push a little bit towards more of a more mainstream
Mm,
kind of vibe. But I
mm,
mean, props to Sleep Token and Bad Omens because they definitely opened up an avenue to become to
mm,
like introduce screaming into a more mainstream audience.
mm,
I've heard them on the radio. I've heard them scream,
mm, mm, mm,
And I'm grateful for that. And they definitely have that sempiternal kind of vibe.
mm. Yeah, that's cool. Mm. Another question I had is regarding the music and the engineering. Are you has to do anything with the production of your music, or you are
So we recorded with Corey Brunnerman.
okay?
Um, Previously on our last time, we recorded with Chris Mora, who had done Upon a Burning Body,
Mm,
um, Kim Dracula, and then Corey Brenneman. Um, we just worked with. We like to work with outside people.
mm,
I think there's a lot of the band has a sense of insecurity that we may not know what we think is good or what's not good or this or that.
mm,
And so as a result, we really like to lean on a producer to kind of tell us no,
mm.
you know, like that's not good. That's
Okay,
good. That's not good. Don't do that. Do this.
okay,
Because I mean, my favorite thing about being in a band is collaboration. I mean, I don't think I have all the best ideas.
okay.
And so it's really nice to have other people that you could like ping pong with and like figure out,
Mm,
well, what's your idea? Oh, I didn't think of that, things like that. And I think a producer,
mm,
considering they come from the complete outside of the band,
mm,
there's no like band dynamic they have to deal with. I think
mm,
that's a really valuable tool.
mm. That's cool. So besides that, what do you enjoy most about performing live? Because that's something you probably enjoy doing.
Oh yeah. I mean, my favorite thing about performing live is when it's over. No, I'm just kidding.
Right before and after the show.
Yeah, it's like literally, well, because like shows are stressful. I gotta be honest. But then
Yeah.
again, I'm a worry wart. I overthink everything. Um, no, my favorite thing about playing live, honestly, is meeting people.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you look at the audience when you sing at all, or you just don't
oh
want to
yeah,
look?
I'll stare you dead in the eyes when
Ah,
I
okay.
perform. I'm not like I know there are some vocalists that like they'll like close their eyes or like they'll
Yeah.
look off into the distance. No, I will deadpan each and every one of you. Kind
Yeah.
of like I'm in charge here, okay?
Uh, most of your shows, have you? I don't know. I know you're gonna be playing a lot of shows coming soon. Maybe March, the end of next week. I think you're gonna be playing in San Antonio. No, am I right?
Yeah, yeah, we're doing
28th.
like a month and a half tour
Yeah.
starting next week.
Exposition tour. You're gonna you call it exposition tour. Uh, are all these are in Texas, right? In the state of Texas.
Yeah, they're all going to be around Texas. We have one date that's tentative in Louisiana currently. It's close enough. We're just gonna call them Texas for now. You
To be
know,
determined, I guess.
you're look. If you're talking to me, you're from Texas. If you're talking to anybody from Texas, they're gonna treat you like you're from Texas. That's
Yeah.
how it is. Yeah, no, I mean we play. Let's see, we play Dallas, Laredo, McAllen, Corpus
Corpus Christi.
Christi, Austin, Houston, San Antonio.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
At least it's funny. It sounds like a small tour, but I mean, you take the size of our state, and it's like I could cover the whole East Coast with that kind of like
I
my.
know it's freaking. I mean, I only been in Texas once, to tell you the truth, and was so long ago when I drove from New Jersey to Mexico.
Oh man,
Well,
that
that
must
was a
have
long,
you
long,
you
long,
get to
long.
Texas and you're like, oh, we're almost
It was
there.
never
12
ending,
hours,
man.
an extra 12 hours just to get to the border.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is never ends.
It never ends. It's we are a country in ourselves, that's for sure.
Yeah. Talking about your shows, do you have like any specific visual elements that you got? Do you have like stage props or just lighting? I don't know. I never seen any of your shows, so I don't know exactly
So,
how it's
when we
set
were
up.
younger, we used to paint black on us, you know.
Hmm.
But now that we're older, we're just kind of like, we just kind of do us. I mean, I would love to have more visual elements,
Hmm.
but right now it's, we have like a nice big old banner that says Forward behind us, we got we have a custom drum set
Okay.
that's black and gold that matches our logo at the
Hmm.
center, which is a nice little gold F.
Hmm.
But that's about it. I mean, we don't do anything crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, it's we want it to be an experience, but we still want it to be, us. We still want it to be forward.
Hmm.
Um, and so yeah,
Do,
no, that's about it.
do you spend a lot of
Sometimes
time
we
with the
paint some
outfits?
fun
I mean,
stuff.
like outfits and stuff, like all
Oh,
black,
well, I
or I
mean,
don't know, like
we had so
wear
it's
those
funny you
boots. What the
mentioned
fuck are
that.
you wearing those boots for? I can take those boots.
So
I don't
exactly.
know.
So like there's shit that we wear that we could
Yeah.
only wear when we play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have plenty of outfits where it's like I can't wear this out in the
You go to the
daily basis.
supermarket with this fucking.
Yeah, I can't wear them with this fucking like these giant ass boots and like this like shredded up like we have plenty of like shredded up t-shirts that look
Right.
homeless and shit that like yeah,
Yeah.
no, like on a day-to-day basis, like you can't wear that out in public, but yeah, we have stuff like that.
What about merchandising? Do you have anything there what you carry
Oh
or no?
yeah, no, we got a bunch of new merch coming out actually
Hmm.
next week for the tour.
Okay.
I don't have any right here with me right now, but yeah, we got plenty of merch.
Hmm.
We have like our old season merch, but we have a whole new season coming out. We got
Okay.
some older designs that we're reprinting, but we also have a bunch of new stuff. We got
Hmm.
this cool like synth wave like cowboy like shoot like standoff kind of design. We got
Hmm.
some creepy little twin girls that are like in like one of the designs. We got a little bit of everything,
Everything.
a bunch of
That's cool.
stuff.
That's cool. Uh, like I said, I really enjoy it. To be sincere, it's been like only maybe a month, 2 months that I got in. I found them on Instagram. I think it was. I don't remember where I found the band. Probably Instagram. I think. I don't know. I always I always think myself I'm gonna write down where I because if they ask me I'm never sure where I find the band. I don't know if it's could be Spotify. I don't. I think it was. I don't know. But
Hey, if you found us, that's all that matters.
yeah, I guess my audience, if they go to Instagram, they
You can
go
find us
anywhere. They can
anywhere.
find anywhere. I know that
Yeah.
they they got they have Facebook and Instagram, and you can go on YouTube and find them under the Seek and Strike, whatever. I don't know the name. When you type the name forward, it will show up. Uh, like I said, Deezer, Apple Music. It will be better if you go and see them, but for me, it's gonna be a while before I see them, unless they come
We're
up
we're we're
north.
trying to get an East Coast tour going. I have some friends up there I want to see.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I'm an old guy. I don't like driving anymore. Oh, if I was
I
like
don't like
18, I
driving
would fucking
either.
drive down to Texas. I don't unless if I like the band, I will drive. At those times when I was young, wouldn't. I was driving everywhere. But nowadays, I'm like,
Don't drive this far. It's not worth
nah, I don't wanna. Well,
it.
I don't wanna get stopped
Not
either.
with the weather
I
right
don't look
now.
like a fucking German or nor. I don't have blonde hair, blue eye. I don't wanna get stopped. You know what I mean?
Trust me, you'll be fine. I mean,
Mhm.
you get to this part of Texas,
I'll be all right.
everyone's Hispanic anyways.
I'll be okay then. Okay, that's cool. Uh, no, I really enjoyed the band. Like I said, I listened this morning to the album. I have to listen again. I will have to check your lyrics again. You know, see about your. It's so personal. Seems like those lyrics. So if I want to find out more about Andy's personal way of thinking, I would probably have to listen to those lyrics, pay attention. And the music is great, you know. So if you don't care much about lyrics, the music will keep you busy. Maybe for me, like tomorrow, when I have to use my shovel to, we got a lot of snow around here. So I probably, if I put the music, I'll be done in 5 minutes. You know, I listen to
Yeah,
the
I
EP,
mean,
and then with all the pounding and stuff, I will be like cleaning in 5 minutes.
we're great for workout routines. I
Yeah.
I know that.
So at least, that will keep me busy and awake, you know. So let me tell you, they got the album. That album anthology was a great album. I'm not gonna talk about it. It came out in 2025 in January 2025. There's a lot of songs that I like there. It was a very impressive album, and they also had that debut EP with the I don't know if it was 5 songs. I think the prologues, and now I forget
Oh,
the
prologues and
brothers and
preambles. Oh, that's
yeah,
old, old.
that's an old
That's
yeah
old.
yeah.
That's baby Andy.
That he was like a young kid screaming and yelling and
Yeah,
angry about the world. But now
that's
he
a
now he's
yeah.
still angry about the world, but he's still
I'm in a different part of the world now.
yeah he's on the other side. So
Yeah,
all I can say is that maybe next time we'll get in touch with them again if they want to talk to me. I don't know.
always. Yeah, I
Maybe
can bring
Andy
more band members on if
Maybe
you.
Andy will say, well, I already talked to this guy. I don't want to talk to him. Yeah, come on. Man, somebody else will take care of this guy for
I've
like
had a
10
great
minutes.
time already. I got to be honest. I've had a great time.
So, I will tell my audience to go to follow them on Facebook, or if you don't like Facebook, you maybe Instagram. If you don't like Instagram, go to YouTube. If you don't like YouTube, go to Apple Music. It's got to be someplace where you want to get in touch with them, you know?
We're everywhere you could think of.
Right.
We're
So,
even in places we don't know we are.
right. They're listening to them now in Singapore. Who knows?
Yeah,
You never know.
exactly.
You
We
never
have a
know.
pretty strong Ukrainian presence, apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah. On VK. I don't know if you know VK.com.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we have fan pages on VK.com, and it's like
yeah,
how does this happen? Like who knows?
yeah. Who knows? Anyway, they found me. I mean, I found them. Imagine that. That's a guy like me that gets in touch with these people.
Well, I appreciate it. I do.
I really enjoyed the band. Let me tell you. I want to talk to them again.
Thank you. Thank you.
It will be a pleasure talking to you, Andy.
It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it.
So, my people, please take a look at the new album, the EP. It's Exposition. 6 great songs, great lyrics, great music. What can you say? Listen to them. I have a good taste in music. I already told you guys. If you wanna just be like me, just listen to this album. You'll be gaining a lot of knowledge. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. Anyway, so thank you so much, Andy. I really appreciate it. I hope the band goes straight up, and you guys keep together and like a nice team together.
I appreciate it.
And wish them all the best. Great tour. And if you ever make it around here, you don't even have to get that close. But if you make it to Alice, Pennsylvania, I don't know, whatever.
Well, next time
Let
I'm
me
on
know.
the coast, I'll come through. I like to make a trip out there once in a while.
Yeah, if you ever get lost at Newark Airport, give me a call.
I got you.
All
Absolutely.
right. See you guys next week. Nothing better than this, but you can always watch the next one. Take it easy. See you next week. Thank you.